back to the channel. I'm in Augusta, Georgia for Joe Fest 2025, but toy news continues even at Joe Fest. And I gotta tell you, today Mattel Creations dropped a bombshell on everybody. Sharella official photos and of course details of the pre-order have finally dropped. And I wanted to take a quick look at this while I'm here at Joe Fest and my thoughts about this particular Club Grayskull exclusive. So let's take a look at this, guys, and see what all the hype is about. Let's have a look. Well, guys, the time has finally arrived. Yes, indeed. Mattel Creations just sent out this email to everybody, letting them know that Guardian Eternia is the heroic warrior goddess Sharella. This is crazy, everybody, and in 4 days, 14 hours and 21 minutes, she will be open for pre-order, and I'm sure every Masters Universe fan is looking forward to this. The email goes on to say that we've created Sharella's look from the Powers of Grayskull Megator packaging and turned her into a members-only figure. Your collection won't be complete without. This is freaking awesome. I want to take a deep dive into this and see exactly what the details were for Sharella and take a look at this figure, because I honestly do think she is one of the most gorgeous action figures we've seen in quite some time. Let's have a look, everybody. Heading over to Mattel Creations and scrolling down, we can see that Sharella is front and center with only 4 days, 14 hours, and 20 minutes to go. There she is, everybody. Some of the details here that we can glean off of. This is a Mattel Creations exclusive, but only for Club Grayskull members. She literally is a Club Grayskull exclusive, as we did note in the original email. What's even more impressive, though, is the fact that she is only $20, and that is absolutely thrilling. Now, there are a couple of details and probably reasons for the fact that she's only $20, but we're going to get to that in a second. The more important thing, of course, is that there's only limit 3 per customer. Now, it's going to be interesting to find out what happens since this is a Club Grayskull exclusive, meaning that are there only so many of these to go around based on how many members there are? Or will she eventually be listed somewhere else? Because as we already know, Hero is a Club Grayskull exclusive and he's still available for Club Grayskull members to purchase. And in order to do so, if you're not logged in, it actually does encourage you to purchase Hero with the purpose of a single Club Grayskull membership. So I fully expect these two options will become available once Sharella goes on sale in just a few days. The description reads, introducing a powerful warrior of Eternia, Sharella, a heroic character originally imagined in the 1980s, will be a striking addition to the member-exclusive figures planned for Club Grayskull in 2025. So they keep talking how this will only be a members-exclusive figure, but that's not what it says here, as we do know that in the past, there has been a badge that says members only. We designed this iconic character to be true to her appearance on Megator's packaging, battle-ready and dressed for action, in an outfit complete with dramatic boots, golden arm cuffs, and armed with her mighty bow. But what is the history of Sharella, and what does she mean to the Masters Universe? Officially, Sharella's bio started all the way back in Masters Universe Classics, where they actually had given the character a name. Now, through this, we had to actually give little bits and pieces of how the history came about. But the Green Goddess, or in this case, just the Goddess, was finally given a real name, Sharella, and that's where the mythos actually began, officially. But this actually started way back with the Powers of Grayskull line in the 80s. Heading over to our good friends over at Battle Run blog and doing a search for Sharella, this article, Box Art from A to Z, Part 7, 1988. And scrolling down to the first bit of box art that we can see, Part 7 from 1988 is Megator, year of 1988. Artist was William George, and the description is Megator wreaks havoc, smashing down castle walls as villagers flee in terror. Hero faces him boldly, magical staff at the ready. Archer woman, possibly the tribal chiefess Sharella, runs toward Megator's left flank. Taking a look at this wonderful box art, we really can see that they had a whole mythos plan for the Powers of Grayskull line, and right here we can see Megator attacking this castle, and in the foreground, defending these poor villagers, is of course the mighty wizard Hero, staff in hand. The villagers almost helpless to do anything, but in the background, right along his flank, is this single character, furry loincloth, furry bodice, with a single bow and a quiver of arrows. This began the mythos of Sharella, and she has been a popular character ever since. As a matter of fact, Mattel has been playing with this character, teasing her on artwork as early as Wandar, who of course has a storied history of his own. His packaging featured a backing card where he's fighting the skeleton warriors in a deep, dank cave. And if we look closely in the background, there is Sharella with her bow and arrow. And it didn't stop there. The actual minicomic itself, Lost Legend, depicts a warrior woman being held captive by 2 skeleton warriors. And reading through the book, we find out that this young maiden's name is Sharella. Wondar and Sharella go on an adventure, and it appears that Sharella is not letting on everything that she knows. But the forces of evil soon capture Sharella, and although they're aided by Mossman, danger lurks at every turn. And it's only when things look at their bleakest that Wondar is gifted with a magical set of armor and weapons, and Sharella reveals her true nature as the goddess. This connection with the goddess really does reinforce the original backstory of the goddess from MattelCollector.com and the Master Universe Classics. And this wouldn't be the last time we saw Sharella being teased on artwork. As we discussed in the last video, Terror's artwork does depict Sharella riding atop of a turbodactyl, and it looks like we're going full circle with the mini-comic depicting not only Sharella, but also Hero on that same turbodactyl. And both of them apparently going into battle against the Snakeman and the Great Black Wizard. Now, there is no shipping date on this, but as we do know in the past, many of these pre-orders for these collectibles have been in stock and usually ship within the next few days. It's not clear if that's actually what's happening here, but I guess we'll find that out in a little bit. But in the meantime, let's take a look at some of these photos because honestly, they look stunning. There she is, everybody, Sharella. She looks absolutely amazing. Oh my god, this is crazy. You can definitely tell that she is use of the female buck that they've been using for many of the characters, Evelyn, Tila, the Sorceress. But she is definitely a figure of her own. She looks absolutely amazing. Starting with her boots, these have definitely been lifted off of Tila herself. It still has the furry tops along with the straps on the boots, and of course the articulation on the feet themselves. She is of course equipped with those brand new updated legs, which look so much better than the first run of Master Universe Origins, and then everything really starts to change. She has her furry loincloth, which is very different compared to Tila and Evelyn, as both those characters did not have furry loincloths at all, instead having this armor piece with decorative tassels in the front. This furry loincloth looks very much more like He-Man or some of the other Master Universe, including that signature belt, which I think is like an Eternian fashion statement. I'm not really sure exactly how that works. Slung around her waist, of course, is her quiver with some arrows just sticking out at the top. These are not removable, but they are a wonderful addition, as we highlighted before on the tease of Sharella. The other side seems to be some sort of satchel. I'm not sure if you can put things in there, but obviously it has perhaps some sort of medallions or magical items. It remains to be seen what that actually signifies. Perhaps we'll find out in the mini-comic. Moving up further, we do see the furry bodice, which is freaking awesome. I love that. Very much indicative of the way she looked on Megator's packaging, along with some of the mini-comics which have come later on, as well as her depictions on several of the backing cards, which we'll take a look at later. There is this interesting medallion that she wears right in the middle of her bodice. I really am interested in what that is, if it has any significance to the character, what it could mean for her lore, and I'm really hoping we find some details in the mini-comic as well. She has those upper armlets, as noted in the description of the character, that single arrow, which is colored in the plastic that's actually cast in, her wonderful bow, which I actually do have to say is very different from Princess of Power Bow's bow. This is going to get kind of confusing, guys, as it's actually more wooden in nature and has these little highlights of gold. The string is colored differently as well, and the top does not actually have Bow's horse head. It really is just another piece of golden design at the top. Love it. And then there's Sharella's face, and I think this is the standout of the character, bar none. She's got these striking blue eyes and this fearsome look, which is definitely indicative of a warrior goddess. Her hair is also flaming red, very much the same as another redhead in the Master Universe, but in a different style completely, and she looks absolutely amazing. She really has a presence all of her own, and those eyes are really what give her a striking appearance. And I do have to say, I think this is probably one of the best looking female characters that we've received in the line from Master Universe Origins, and it really is a treat to have her into the collection as a Club Grayskull exclusive. Bravo to the photography team who took these photos. As always, the dioramas that they create for these characters just really give them another level of details to really give us an appreciation of what these characters can look like in your collection. And of course, toy photographers, you're going to go nuts. Being able to top these types of photography, I really love what the community is able to do and the creativity behind everyone who makes these action figures just stand out and really giving us a real reason to pick these up as a toy collector. It's also interesting to note that her hands are slightly different as well.
I do believe that the left hand is pretty much the same as many of the other female characters, but the right hand, I'm not sure if it's just the way it's positioned or not, but it looks like almost grasping as you would with a bow and arrow. It could just be my imagination, or maybe I'm just reading too far into it, but I do like the fact that they're doing something different with the character. Sharella has long been a figure which a lot of fans have been asking for, and I'm so glad that she's finally being realized in action figure form for the Masters of the Universe Origins collection. It also should be noted that I think the first shot that we examined was actually a broken bow. As we can see here, the top of the bow on this shot is actually complete, whereas the first shot that we took a look at, it looks like it's broken along the way somewhere. Fascinating. Here is Sharella alongside her Club Grayskull exclusive counterpart, Hero, and okay, just as a matter of something really fun to look at and something to examine, for no other reason than I find this hilarious. Those rocks, I think, were the wrong choice. It definitely looks like they wandered into a dinosaur dung pile. I mean, come on, that looks terrible, guys. I think that it should have been more of the color of the rocks that are behind her feet, but man, that looks hilarious, but I love it. These two are definitely going to be a much sought after pair, being Club Grayskull exclusives, and they look amazing together. Sharella also comes with a mini comic, which of course is going to be absolutely essential for this character, as I'm hoping and wishing that it does have some interesting backstory and details of the character, and I'm wondering if Joshua Skye has anything to do with the story, as the She-Warrior makes her debut in the Masters of the Universe mini comics. This is amazing, and I love the illustrations right off the bat. She looks incredible. We can even see Hero riding a turbodactyl and the Great Black Wizard in the background. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a tale that needs to be told. She-Warrior is going to be amazing. Now, Sharella comes with everything that you see here, and honestly, I'm glad it's $20 because... let's just be perfectly honest with you, there's not a lot here. There is not a lot here. Now, mind you, many Masters of the Universe characters don't come with a lot of accessories, but Sharella being a smaller figure, I think that making her $20 for the price point is probably a good choice. Everything is very, very detailed, especially her face. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But seriously, she's a brand new character, and I really do love the way they're building out this world. The quiver is really nice, so is the single arrow and the bow. Very different, again, from Bo's bow from, oh my gosh, that was so weird, Princess of Power. So I'm really liking the differentiation there. And I really appreciate what they're doing with this character. So at $20 for the price point, absolutely the right choice. Sharella comes in this wonderful box art, The Powers of Grayskull Master Universe, finally giving her her due in the Powers of Grayskull line, and she looks absolutely amazing. Heroic Tribal Chiefess Sharella. The back of the box features this wonderful artwork, again, featuring the Powers of Grayskull logo. There she is, fighting the Great Black Wizard and the Snake Man High Priest. Oh my gosh, guys, this is amazing. Really hearkening into the history of Preternia and, of course, the Powers of Grayskull. She is listed as a Club Grayskull exclusive right here on the back, so I believe that we can take that as proof positive that she will only be released for Club Grayskull members. Huge shout out once again to the art team on Masters of the Universe. They're just killing it right now. As a matter of fact, Roy Juarez and the team have just recently won an award, and I'm going to be doing a whole video on that, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Guys, Sharella, the secret identity of the goddess and heroic tribal chiefess, will be on sale in a little over 4 days, and I'm thrilled that we're going to be able to add Sharella to our collections. Don't sleep on this, guys. 4 days, 13 hours, and 53 minutes left to go. Could Sharella give people a real reason to become Masters of the Universe Club Grayskull members? Only time will tell.
I gotta tell you guys, I am super excited about Sharella. The history of this character, everything about her is just absolutely thrilling. Looking back at the overall history of the Powers of Grayskull and how this was supposed to be its own line with brand new characters, brand new lore, it really is great to see that Sharella has finally made her way into action figure form, and I am over the moon that we're going to be getting her very, very soon. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, what are your thoughts about Sharella being a Club Grayskull exclusive figure? Are you as excited as I am that we're going to finally be able to add her to our collections for Master Universe Powers of Grayskull, adding her to Hero, and who knows, maybe even Eldor in the future? Or is this still one of those situations where you're not really into pay to play and are still kind of weirded out that you have to actually get a Club Grayskull membership in the first place just to be able to order a very sought after character in the Master Universe? Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. Toy News continues 2025, everybody. As a matter of fact, I just did a deep dive into the brand new packaging for Mask over at Titan Toys YouTube channel. You can take a look at that video right here, and I'll see you guys there. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. If you're here in Augusta, Georgia, come see me, Toy Connections Ken, and everybody at the Delta 17 booth. We'll see you guys there. Good journey, everybody. Be proud.